Right, are you settled and comfortable? Good. Pour yourself a drink because we need to have a little chat. I have been observing a peculiar modern sport from my veranda here in, well, never you mind where. It involves a new breed of arrival, a smartphone and a profound sense of personal grievance. The event? The social media moan about Thailand. The discipline? Visa whinging. The obstacle course? Starting a business. They flock here, you see, drawn by the sun, the smiles, the affordable everything. They decide with the absolute certainty of a colonizer viewing an empty map that this is the place. However, they were not invited. Not really. Thailand did not send out gold leaf invitations. We all, in the end, invited ourselves. Then the symphony of complaint begins. The visa rules changed again. Why is it so hard to open a cafe? I can't believe they will not just give me residency. It's enough to make a man choke on his morning coffee. Let us get one thing straight. With the subtlety of a monsoon downpour, the rules are not always changing. They are clarifying. There is a difference. Thailand is not a lump of clay for you to mould into your personal paradise. It is a centuries-old, functioning society with its own priorities, its own mechanisms for self-preservation. The visa system is not a bureaucratic labyrinth designed to torment you. It is a very simple filter, a sieve if you will. Its message is brilliantly, elegantly clear. Are you actually bringing something of net benefit, or are you just another mouth to feed, another problem to manage? It asks this question quietly through bank balances, through annual extensions, through paperwork. On top of that, every year you have to answer it again. Yes, here is my proof I am not a burden. Nevertheless, this lot, they seem to think the filter is broken because it caught them. They arrived on a non-immigrant visa, got an extension, and now believe they have been issued a golden ticket to potential effortlessly belonging. They are confused as a temporary permission to stay is not a birthright. Now, do not get me wrong, we all moan. I am doing the professional grade moan right now. The key difference between an expat and, well, let us call them a complaint tourist, is the audience. We expats, the real, grizzled, slightly liver-spotted ones, we moan to each other over a warm beer at a sticky table. Bloody immigration was packed today. The TM30 form is a ritual humiliation. My accountant looks at me like I am a simple child when I ask about withholding tax. It is a bonding ceremony, a shared sigh into the humid air. Then we pay our fees, file our papers, and we get on with our blessed lives in this confounding, wonderful country. The complaint tourists, however, broadcast their frustration to the world. They document their unfair treatment for an audience of equally bewildered newcomers. It is an echo chamber of entitlement. They fail to grasp the core tenets of this life: patience, respect, resilience, adaptability. You need the patience of a gecko waiting for a mosquito. The respect to understand that your way is not the only way and often not the best way. The resilience to laugh when the system delivers a perfectly absurd, time-consuming curveball. On top of that, the adaptability to bend like bamboo instead of snapping like a dead branch. Take starting a business. Why can't I just own it all, they cry. Well, my dear fellow, because it is Thailand's. It is not your playground monopoly board. The rules are there to ensure Thais retain control of their own economy. Is it perfect? Good heavens, no. Is it understandable? To anyone with a shred of historical and geopolitical awareness, absolutely. Your alternative is, as it always has been, to comply or leave. I remember old Gerald. Lived here 30 years, spoke Thai like a market trader. Every year, for his retirement extension, he would treat it like a military campaign. Dossier in triplicate, photographs sized perfectly, bank book updated that morning. He would grumble all the way to immigration. Ruddy palaver, state of my knees, this queue. He would sit, he would present, and he would be done. Then he would stop at his favourite stall for a bowl of khao soi and chat with the owner about the rain. That is the spirit. That is the game. You do the dance, you follow the steps, and then you get to stay in the ballroom. These newcomers, they want to rewrite the music and then complain the band is out of tune. The tragic-comic twist they miss is this. By focusing so intently on the obstacles, they become the very reason the obstacles exist. Their public demands for special treatment, their schemes to circumvent rules, their loud disrespect, it all just reinforces the need for strict, clear, unforgiving filters. They are the problem that they are complaining about. So what is the ending? The rewarding part? It is this. Once you stop raging against the sieve and simply decide to be a grain of rice that passes smoothly through it, something magical happens. The frustration melts away. You start to see the reason behind the ritual. The country, in its own indirect way, starts to open up to you. The woman at the photocopy shop remembers you. The immigration officer gives a faint, almost undetectable nod of recognition. You learn the rhythm of the seasons, the bureaucracy and the traffic. You earn your place, not by right, but by the quiet, persistent, respectful presence. You become not a resident on paper, but a fixture. A slightly grumpy, perhaps, but ultimately harmless fixture. Like an old weathered teak post on the veranda. You have adapted. You are part of the scenery. What is more, from that vantage point with a decent cup of tea in hand and the geckos for company, you can watch the next wave of complaint tourists arrive, and you can afford a small, dry, slightly sarcastic smile. Because you know the secret. The system is not your enemy. It is your teacher. Not only that, but the final exam is every single day you choose to stay. Now then, if this has stirred something in you, whether it is agreement or the urge to throw your device in the clong, do tell me about it below. Share your own stories of bureaucratic enlightenment or despair. Subscribe if you would like more of this unsentimental tropical commentary. As if that was not enough, for heaven's sake, if you're thinking of moving here, do your homework. Do not forget to pack your patience. It is heavier than you think. Right, I am off. The sun is over the yard arm and my glass appears to have developed a terrible empty void that needs addressing. And the geckos are due for their evening critique of my crossword answers. Please do remember, have patience, use some common sense. I know it has become a rare commodity these days, but it does help. Take care and goodbye.